So I believe to an extent I've explained how to count your calories. And I know some people don't like counting calories, they prefer portion control. But I believe if you understand calorie counting, you will know why you really need to eat smaller portions. So as a beginner, it will look like you're being obsessed with counting calories, because it used to happen to me when I learned calorie counting. Anytime I go to the store to buy anything, I'm already grabbing, looking at the nutritional fact. It will look like you're being obsessed, but trust me, when you get an understanding of calorie counting, you don't even need to keep counting the calories. By looking at something, you know that this thing contains a lot of calorie. Like myself, if I want to eat rice, I don't literally measure the rice, weigh the rice. I already know how much calorie is in 100 gram of rice. So I know what 100 gram of rice looks like after it's been cooked. Or if you want to measure the rice like in its white state after it's cooked, if you measure today, you measure tomorrow. You don't have to keep measuring every day, because this is like your everyday food. Yeah, aside rice, there are many other things you can eat while you lose weight. You shouldn't be restricted with the type of food you need to eat. But there are alternatives. I like to go for alternatives. So if you're using rice in a week, you eat rice 4 times. You don't have to keep weighing that rice every single time you eat, because you already have an idea of what a cup of rice looks like. You tell yourself the truth. You don't need to press the cup down. You just fetch. You just fetch and you know what it looks like. You know what this quantity of rice, this is what I need to eat to be on that calorie deficit. So consuming fewer calories than your body needs will help your body burn fat. So if, for instance, you're consuming 1,200 calories and you're being active, you're always taking a walk, you see that you're burning fat, you're losing the weight. But if you're consuming up to 3,000 calories in a day and you're not being active, you're not keeping your body active, you see yourself adding. So you don't need to be obsessed with counting calorie. But if you have an idea on counting calorie, you will know that it's not worth that biscuit you're about to eat is not worth it. That candy bar, that energy bar you're about to eat, those chocolate bars you want to eat, you know that they're not worth it, because they contain calories. And those calories, are you ready to burn those extra calorie and extra sugar? And you see, you keep craving for them because you keep eating them. So it's best to avoid it. So it's always good to understand calorie counting, because I know a lot of people find it challenging counting calorie every time. Counting calorie, personally, I can't even remember when last I counted calorie, because I already know, I have an idea on how many calories this bread has, because I've counted, I've known it, I knew it, I already know it. Yeah, so I don't have to keep counting every single time I want to eat. You get? So I made that first video on counting calorie because some people have specifically requested I tell them how do they count calorie on something they want to eat. Yeah, so you get a bread from the store, you see that this bread, that soft bread you like buying from Aldi, that Aldi bread that Aldi bread that is very sweet. What's the name of that bread? Even not only as Tesco and other stores, they have it. That bread, one of it, I think, is about 200 and something calories. So imagine eating 4, and I know you don't eat 4. You eat 10 in a day. In a day, you eat 10. So 200 plus times 10, it's how many? It's up to 2,000 calories just on bread, and you're eating it for breakfast. And you're still going to eat fufu. You're still going to eat gari. Maybe this quantity of gari like this, it won't fill you up. You eat more than 10. Come on. So if you understand calorie counting, then you really, really know the reason why you need to eat in small portion. You need to eat in moderation. It's best to have an idea on calorie counting so you understand the reason why you're asked to eat less. Because if you say you're eating less, and you take a bar of chocolate or a bar of Snickers, you're eating that little Snickers, and you say you're eating less, it's filled with excessive calorie. It's looking small, it won't even fill you up, but it's loaded up with unnecessary calorie that it's not even fit for your body. So rather you eat lots of a big bowl of salad of 200 calories, for instance, those ones are vegetables. By chewing themselves, some of it you burn off the calorie. If you're not active, you're always sitting, you finish eating, you keep sleeping, you eat bowls of rice, bowls of high carbohydrates, you barely eat vegetables, and you're eating more than, because obviously you're not working out, you're not being active, you're not taking walks, and you're eating a lot of calories, you see that you're not losing weight, rather you'll be adding. So that is why it's good to understand calorie counting. So when you understand calorie counting, not because you should be obsessed with it and like you're running mad, no, just have that information. So whenever you see some things, you do, I'm not eating this, I rather eat it. Just as I always say, I rather eat a plate of rice. Just as I say, I would rather eat a plate of rice, yes, with lots of vegetables in it, than to eat bread. Honestly, it's better. You rather eat fufu, eat that fufu, pounded yam and egusi soup in reasonable portion anyway. You rather eat that than to eat burger, meat pie. They won't even fill you up. Do you know how many calories in a regular cheeseburger, like maybe a quarter pound burger? Do you know how many calories? Over 500 calories. And will it even fill you up? No. You'll still be hungry. So that's why you need to, when you understand that calorie counting, you know, you differentiate which one is worth it. Is this worth eating? I'd rather eat this than to eat that.